Okay, guys, with Harmony One pulling back 21% in the last 3 days, what is going on with Harmony One Protocol and the price action of One? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the daily chart, the hourly chart, to really analyze what we could see happen next here for One. As we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here. Right, with that said, done out of the way, let's dive down into this technical analysis on Harmony One. We're going to start with this daily chart, guys, really talk about what we've seen so far and the kind of progress that we have been experiencing before this pullback. So obviously we do have a peak of the third wave to the upside, and this came in at 22.4 cent before we were pulled all the way down to this lower bound of about 46.9 cent. This performance has indicated to us some pretty interesting price discovery for our fifth wave. This would take us into the kind of area of about 79 cent with a theoretical push that we could see up towards that dollar level. Now, we did set a new all-time high just up here before Bitcoin decided to bring us to the downside. And since then, we've actually lost some key areas for us. Yesterday was a key battle where we wanted to see if we could get above that 786. We were unable to do so, and as a result, we have completely lost our 618, okay? And we are now down in this oversold area, 4.6 on the stochastic RSI, so huge amounts of room to grow now to the upside in the near future. Okay, so obviously there's been a lot of volatility on the smaller time frames. We have pushed up nicely from these lower areas that we were at previously up to a new all-time high before pulling down. So progress has been good. From March to March, so from March 2020 through to March 2021, we have seen over 18,000% in gains. So we very much did need to have a bit of a cool off before we started this push back to the upside overall. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to zoom in on the most recent price action just over here and make this a little bit bigger for us, right? So here we can see the good push to the upside where we took out the 786 and we really held the 7029 in a nice strong way. Here we obviously were pushing up the previous all-time high before breaking into a new all-time high, and then we're pulled back, holding the 702, losing the 702, trying to keep hold of the 618, losing that. Okay, so the last 3 days we've seen 21%. Now 21% for the crypto space is pretty much standard, and it's something that we are pretty much used to. It's a standard day and usually isn't anything to worry about. Okay, and I do think the month of September is going to be one of those months where we see a lot more volatility, unfortunately. And we can see that basically this kind of volatility isn't unusual. There's a good amount of correction here in the middle of our third impulse wave to the upside, and you'll find these little pockets of red absolutely everywhere. Okay, it isn't unusual to see this level of correction in the space. So I'm not concerned over this. Ultimately, we know that September is the usual month for pullbacks. So basically, making sure that we're aware of that volatility up front helps us make sure that we can stick to our strategy. The strategy might be for the month of September to basically just dollar cost average during these potential pullbacks. Or it might be that actually you want to sell before you get into September and then buy back, all those kind of things. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Chris is not a financial advisor. So it is important that you do your own research. Only invest what you can afford to lose. Do not overextend yourselves and all that kind of good stuff. For me personally, I do not sell and buy or trade or anything like that. I just buy dollar cost average positions and build a better position ahead of where I think things are going for the end of the bull run. I have an exit strategy that I do before I actually buy an altcoin, and the exit strategy is in line with my expectations of a bull run. I sell at certain points during the bull run and we push to the upside. With that being said, I have not actually been able to sell any of my cryptocurrencies just yet, as none of my exit strategies have actually come into its sell range. So for me right now, I'm just constantly building up better positions ahead of before where my strategy really kicks in and gets into gear. So this is just another opportunity for Harmony One to again build up a better position and of course get it delegated for a nice passive income. For those who do not know, we run a stake pool, so why not delegate it there and you'll earn more Harmony One on your Harmony One holdings. So we are looking at this volatility thinking, okay, well, what is next? Are we going to go down lower or are we actually going to be pushing up to the upside anytime soon? Today's video has been sponsored by Cheeky Crypto and specifically the Harmony-1 staking pool. If you are looking to support the channel and do not know how, the best way you can go about doing this is actually to go ahead and delegate your One holdings into the Cheeky-1 staking pool. By doing so, not only are you supporting the channel, but you're also providing yourself with a nice passive income on your crypto holdings. You'll get some very juicy returns hovering around the 10% APY, and this is a fantastic way to make your crypto work hard for you the way that you worked hard for your crypto. Guys, if you are looking to support the channel, why not delegate today to the Cheeky-1 staking pool with the Harmony-1 protocol? Now, what I am going to do is just jump over to the advice dashboard and load up the Harmony charts. Here we're going to be able to look at the underlying data and it will be able to identify whether or not there is any potential issues. Now, for the most part, a lot of the cryptocurrencies right now are in extreme fear. We have the AMI-HAD ratio here for Harmony-1, which is an A2 cryptocurrency, so no problems with liquidity. The fear and greed index is actually neutral at B1, right? It's actually more bordering the greedy side than the fearful side, which is really interesting considering we are following the Bitcoin's direction to the downside. But that being said, I think we're going to recover really strongly once we get through this. We drop down a little bit, we can see that the Sharpe ratio is well above the 50-day average with an A2 rating. The profitability is an A1 and the peak end value demand at B2 moving averages at A2. So there's nothing wrong with the underlying data for Harmony-1. So this is a pretty good tell to say that things are looking pretty good, and we shouldn't be overly concerned over what is going on the volatility side of Harmony-1 right now. It's just following what Bitcoin is doing, and Bitcoin's in an extremely fearful situation. Okay, so knowing that we're not as fearful in the Harmony-1 protocol community as maybe we are with the Bitcoin community, that's actually going to help us get out of this volatility quicker than we might expect. So when we jump down into our hourly view, and we can start to see the rejection that we've had really pushing through and trying to hold the 702 and falling down to these areas here, we can see we have moved up a little bit, but we haven't actually had much volume coming in. So this is a bit of a problem for the Harmony-1 side of things, because we are expecting then to see a bit of a push to the upside, but I don't think it's going to find too much strength, and then we're going to fall back down. So I am looking for areas of support. I think we're going to find support just down here towards our 13.6 cent area overall, which means that we are likely to bounce first. So if I actually grab hold of a Fibonacci retracement tool and throw this on, I'd anticipate that we would move up a little way, probably up to the 618 at around 15 cent, and then get rejected from here, falling down towards our 13 cent area. Okay, so I think that's probably one of the most likely scenarios that we're going to see. A small push to the upside on our stochastic, allowing us to then pull back slightly deeper. Once that comes in, I do think we are likely then to say the end of this correction is in, and we'll have a nice surge to the upside. Volatility, though, on this hourly chart is something that I am expecting to last for a little while. I would anticipate for the rest of September, there's going to be volatility on the hourly, and it will be volatility in both directions, right? And we'll have pushes to the upside, only to see rapid pushes back to the downside. I think we're going to see trading going on for a while until we exit September and go into October in a nice strong way. I think we are expecting Bitcoin to do some pretty good things next month. So moving on, I think we are going to be following Bitcoin to the upside in a really strong way. And ultimately, we will then be looking at really good new all-time highs as we then go into price discovery mode. So we are really bullish on this one. Again, we just build positions, delegate it, earn more, and ahead of where my exit strategies are for Harmony. Overall, everything is looking okay on the daily and the weekly. They're all structurally fine. The hourly is where we see the volatility, and I see the underlying data has no issues whatsoever with this particular protocol, indicating that this is going to be a short-lived blip in the radar and nothing that we should be majorly concerned with. Ultimately, I think we're going to hold quite nicely above the 50% area of the Fibonacci retracement, and hopefully that will allow us a nice platform to surge to the upside from once we get past September, which is only a few weeks away now. So guys, I'm going to leave the video there. Hopefully you have found this useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new, then why not subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here. With this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.